What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Johnny Nelson. And Johnny Nelson had this to say about Deontay Wilder in regards to the third fight with Tyson Fury. He said that Wilder would be a fool to fight Fury after surgery in 2020. Wow. He had this to say in particular. He said he's having his surgery. He would be a fool to come straight out of it and come right back in it with Tyson Fury, said Johnny Nelson to IFLTV. Does he want to put Tyson Fury's career on hold until he's ready to come back again? I bet he does, but he's not going to be able to. So what does he do? Does he fight someone else? In ideal world, Wilder would fight someone else, and he doesn't want Fury to fight anybody else. Fair is fair. Tyson Fury should fight Dillian Whyte next. I can't see Wilder fighting at this level this year, said Nelson. Remember, we're in June now, so he's got to get his operation and get over his surgery, and things have to get back in play where they can still sell the fight and the crowds can be there, said Nelson. Wow. Okay. Those are the words of Johnny Nelson. He was saying that Deontay Wilder would be a fool to go back into the ring right now with a high-profile fight like Tyson Fury. And there is some truth to that. It's risky because what happens in the third fight if Wilder gets devastated? You know, I didn't know Wilder tore anything. His right bicep, right? So he tore his right bicep by in the fight. You know, some things like that happens, but he's done that a lot in his career. This is like the 8th time that he's had some type of, injury of some sort. But I think also, you think about it, with the contract, he exercised that clause. I don't know if he did it because he knew Corona was going to shut everything down, but I mean, it is a good time to have a surgery since nobody's fighting. You know what I mean? And the Corona pushed everything back anyway. So, for that matter, I feel that he may have enough time. However, I do agree with Johnny. How long will you wait? I mean, what if he's not ready? And I've said this. So, he's saying something that I agree with. Because you don't know if Wilder will be ready in time to fight that type of fight. Dealing with a fighter that has totally transformed himself with a new trainer and has showed him how dangerous that he can be. Is he ready after rehabilitation? Is he ready for it? Now, of course, if he catches Tyson Fury with that right hand and can hurt Tyson Fury with that right hand, but understand this is the same right hand from the right bicep that has been worked on. So if the punches started landing and he lands a punch and I know he's like a I don't give a damn type of fighter. Like if I break my hand hurting you, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, but will it hurt Tyson Fury like it should? Okay, that's the question. And what if he re-injures it right there? Then that's going to be the built-in excuse. Oh man, Wilder wasn't ready anyway. So it was a poor decision from his camp, but you really have to think about it. Since he exercised that contract, he has no choice, because it's either he had to exercise that contract, get that fight somewhere down the line because of, again, the coronavirus, and he snuck in that surgery, so he's going to have, he won't have a lot of time, but that's why they're pushing that fight farther and farther away to give Wilder enough time to recuperate. Okay, and that's only good for Wilder. But the thing that ain't fair is, since we don't know how long we're going to wait in limbo with Corona, right? Because people are ready for a high-profile fight. Will Wilder be ready for that fight? That's the question. Will he physically 100% be, ready? I don't want to hear Nobody's ever 100%. Something's always going on. Well, I get that. But if that's the case, don't bring it up as an excuse because you won't get credit for it. You start talking about excuses, that's why he lost a lot of steam after his first loss with Fury, okay, in the rematch. It's because he had every kind of excuse to talk about and mention, and he said that, about the costume and all that, which he should have never done, But with the surgery and all that, then you might have a legitimate reason. Maybe he wouldn't be ready. You know what I mean? Maybe he wouldn't be that fighter that would be ready in that ample enough time, and then he gets into the ring half cocked, and then Tyson Fury does another beating on him, and then all the fans are gonna say, "Yeah, he wasn't ready because he had that surgery." Well, I mean that's his fault because you can't really blame Wilder though from what's going on in the world. You can't do that because we don't know how long that was going to last. And the safety of people is paramount. But looking based on what we see and knowing fights are trying to commence next month, right? We had a UFC card, the ESPN card. Now, people are trying to get right back in the swing of things because boxers are hurting. They've been staying at home with their wives or whoever, and they ain't been fighting. They ain't been getting paid, so they have to go into their account and, dig out money for the last 2 months, right? So it's been hectic on boxers, so they're trying to get boxing underway. So the last thing you want to do if they want a profile fight, a high profile fight like that, you don't want to wait that fight out. But you got to wait anyway because Deontay Wilder he got that surgery, and I think it's unfair to fight Tyson Fury. I don't know the contract details. See, the contract details could be, well, he has a year to fight him. Who says he has to fight him his very next fight? Okay. So, just like the mandated thing, okay, well, they have to a certain amount of time. Now they're talking about, franchise champion for Tyson Fury. But, I hope Tyson doesn't fall for that bait. You know what I mean? Because that's not what true champions do, honestly. You know what I mean? That's like some kind of WBC sabotage, loophole for certain fighters, in particular fighters. But, I think that Deontay Wilder, he has to take that fight. That has to be his next fight because if he can't take it, then Tyson Fury could fight someone else. You know what I mean? And that's just too risky because who's to say Tyson Fury will just get past Anthony Joshua? A lot of people think that. But guess what? Anthony Joshua was injured. So look, everything is up in the air. We really don't know much. But according to Johnny Nelson, he would be a fool to go back in. My counterpunch is he has to go back in. He needs it for the fans. He's promised, a better fight. He's promised to do, we will rise again and rise from the ashes, you know what I mean? And all the metaphors and the poems and, and the speeches and stuff like that. So, yeah, he's made a dedication to go in there and get his WBC belt back, right? He's pulling an Anthony Joshua in a later year, right? So it is what it is. So I think that Deontay Wilder's back against the wall. He has to fight Tyson Fury because he's already pushed the fight back farther enough, and it's luckily that Tyson Fury and his team ain't complained about that. Like some of these guys, like Johnny Nelson, well, he'd be a fool to go back in there. But he's not complaining about the contract. He's complaining about, like, the condition Deontay Wilder can be in. And the question is he cheating himself by taking this fight too quick? That's an honest question you got to ask yourself because if he gets in there again and something ain't right, we'll have a damaged fighter versus a very focused one. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about Johnny Nelson's comments. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunched. Peace.